All right, Shalom Akim. Shalom Akim. Call Halayim La, Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi, Bahashem Yahawashi. Shalom to the Akim out there that's pushing the truth, that's laboring in the word, and that's pushing the gospel of the great kingdom that's soon to come. And shalom to the Akwat that's listening in, that's remaining true to the faith and remaining faithful and submissive to their husbands and guiding their children. And shalom to the hopeful elect of the 12 tribes that scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth. Peace and blessings to you all. Barakatham. Alright, so this is going to be the third time I'm attempting to finish this lesson. I don't know what the hell is going on, but clearly something's going on, so this is going to be my third attempt to finish this. All right. Okay, so the name of this lesson is going to be to have the sure word of prophecy. All right. Okay, so what we're about to enter into is a time of trouble, a time of death, a time of despair, a time of ridicule, right? A time of persecution, a time of turmoil. You know what I'm saying? And it's not going to be easy out here, man. It's not going to be easy. You know. But when it comes to the prophets, you know, we have, and Lord will not be among them, you know, but we have this sure word of prophecy. We have that wisdom, we have that knowledge, you know, that's stored within us through the Holy Spirit, the Rakakwadash, right? And we've been tasked, and we've been called to do a service. We've been called to do a service. Just as the elder apostle, just as the apostle Peter, the apostle Paul, the apostle Paul explained that we have a calling to do a service for the people, for our people, Yasha Allah. You know what I'm saying? So let me grab that real quick. Grab that. This is it. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 16. The water Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi. It says, "For though I preach the gospel, I have nothing to glory of, for necessity is laid upon me. Yeah, woe is unto me if I preach not the gospel." You know what I'm saying? And this is Apostle Paul that we're talking about. He understood clearly the scriptures. He understood the prophecies of old. He understood the prophets that delivered those prophecies. He understood it. You know what I'm saying? And when you go back to the book of Ezekiel. You know, to the book of Ezekiel, where it says that I've set thee as a watchman unto Israel. You know what I'm saying? We have a service to preach this word. We have a service to do this, to do His will, man. I was listening to I remember a couple weeks ago I was listening to a live lesson from the brother Yahawah Bahashem, and another brother that he was with, and I remember leaving a comment, you know, that you have to have a zeal to do His will. You know what I'm saying? You have to have a zeal to do His will. And that's what this is about, man. That's what this is. You have to have a zeal to do His will, man. Because if you don't, then like Apostle Paul said, woe be unto me if I do not His will. Right? So, for though I preach the gospel, I have nothing to glory of, for necessity is laid upon me. Yeah, woe is unto me if I preach not the gospel. For if I do this thing willingly, I have a reward. I have a reward. Yahawashi said that ye all strive for the penny, for that one penny. That one penny, and that is everything. That's salvation. That's immortality. That's spiritual power. That's rulership over this world. You know what I'm saying? That's nobility and royalty. And that one penny, that's what we're fighting for. Every last one of us. Every last one of us, from the apostle, from the elder apostle Tahar, to the apostle, elder apostle Gabar, apostle Bakar, apostle Ramlan. You know what I'm saying? On down to the many other camps that branched out of One West. You know what I'm saying? That are actually teaching the true gospel. That are teaching the true gospel. You see what I'm saying? And to the elders and the brethren on down from GMS and so on and so forth. You know what I'm saying? We teach this word, man. We teach this word. We must teach this word. It says, "For if I do this thing willingly, I have a reward. But if against my will, a dispensation of the gospel is committed unto me." You see what I'm saying? You got to do this thing willingly, man. You can't just do it because it's a chore to you. No, man. No. If it's a chore to you, then you might as well just leave this thing alone, because you don't know what you're getting into. You don't know what you're doing, man. You don't know what you're doing. You see what I'm saying? Verse 18, it says, "What is my reward then? Verily that when I preach the gospel, I may make the gospel of Yahawashi without charge, that I abuse not my power in the gospel." And that's the point, man. We give this thing freely. As ye freely you receive, freely you give. You see what I'm saying? That's what this is about, man. And the prophets have a sure word of prophecy. And the 1/3 that is to be sealed, they are to retain this true gospel. They are to retain the wisdom and knowledge, which is going to be the stability of their times, of our times that's coming. That's coming. That's Isaiah 33:6. Let's grab that. Let's grab that, man, because the times is coming. Not many people are prepared for these times, man. Up here in the spirit, you know what I'm saying? Many walk on in darkness, as the scriptures say, man. The prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, but the simple pass on and are punished. Right? It says, "And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of Yahweh is his treasure." The fear of Yahweh is his treasure. You see what I'm saying? All right, so let's go to second Peter. Let's go to 2 Peter, man. Second Peter chapter 1, verse 19. And that's the reason why I'm doing this lesson for the 3rd time, to try and get this thing out to the Akim out there. You know what I'm saying? Even though even if there's not many that will watch this lesson, 1 or 2, you know what I'm saying? That's more than enough. That's more than enough, because it's never about numbers with the Most High. It's never about numbers. It's always about quality over quantity. You see what I'm saying? When you out there teaching, there can be 100 people that walk past your camp, that walk past you while you out there reading the scriptures, and there could be only 30 that stop and listen, and of that 30, there could be maybe 5 that actually retain this word in their souls, in their spirits. You know what I'm saying? And those are the ones that may be sealed. And that's what's important. Is quality over quantity. You see what I'm saying? There's never been a numbers thing with the Most High. So this is 2 Peter chapter 1, verse 19. And it says, "We have also a more sure word of prophecy, whereunto ye do well that ye take heed, as unto a light that shineth in a dark place, until the day dawn." Right? Until the day dawn, and the day star arise in your hearts. You see what I'm saying? So let's go to Deuteronomy because the real prophets, those that have this sure word, this is something that you don't waver with. You don't waver on that. You know what I'm saying? You're not tossed to and fro. You know what I'm saying? You're not unsure of these things. Why would it say a more sure word of prophecy if you're not sure about it? You know what I'm saying? For example, the brother Ratazan from BOW, right? Ratazan from BOW, Believers of the Way. What does he say? He says he doesn't believe that the mark is what it is. You know what I'm saying? That is the charagma. You know what I'm saying? That's supposed to be punctured into you. He doesn't believe that because he believes that's too obvious. So he believes it's sin. Think about that. That doesn't make any sense. Not according to the scriptures. The scriptures say that you won't be able to buy or sell without this thing. You know what I'm saying? So he doesn't have a sure word of prophecy. He doesn't have a sure word. He's not sure of this. We're at the end of this thing. We're at the end of it. We're at the precipice of this empire ending. We're at the precipice. And you still don't know what this thing is what this prophecy is relating to. You don't know that? You see what I'm saying? So, you know, we're too late in the game for all these guessing games, man. We're too late in this thing. So let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 18. Slakia. Let me get something quick. Slakia. All right. So this is Deuteronomy chapter 18, verse 15. It says, Yahawah thy power will raise up unto thee a prophet from the midst of thee, of thy brethren, like unto me. Unto him ye shall hearken. Ye shall hearken. You see, let's talk about Yahawah, man. That's a prophecy referring to Yahawah coming when he walked this earth. Right? Verse 16, it says, according to all that thou desirest of the Lord thy power in Horeb in the day of the assembly, saying, let me not hear again the voice of the Lord my power, neither let me see this great fire any more, that I die not. And the Lord said unto me, they have well spoken that which they have spoken. Verse 18, I will raise them up a prophet from among their brethren, like unto thee, and will put my words in his mouth, and he shall speak unto them, and all that I speak unto them all that I shall command him. And it shall come to pass that whosoever will not hearken unto my words, which he shall speak in my name, I will require it of him. You see what I'm saying? And so the same way Yahawah went out to teach, his followers went out and taught the people as well. They went out and taught the people as well, as it was commanded of us in Matthew the 10th chapter. In Matthew the 10th chapter, right? So let's continue verse 20. But what are those that's not among the fold? You know what I'm saying? It says, but the prophet which shall presume to speak a word in my name, which I have not commanded him to speak, or that shall speak in the name of other gods, even that prophet shall die. T.D. Jakes, Creflo Dollar, Leroy Jenkins, Geno Jenkins. You see what I'm saying? All these false prophets that you got out here, you know what I'm saying? Saying that Edomites can make it into the kingdom. You know what I'm saying? They can be saved, and the mark is not what it's supposed what the scriptures say it is. You know what I'm saying? We got people like Bishop Nathaniel, General Yohana, so-called Elder Ricard of GOCC, you know, freaking Priest Zabak, All these people who are saying that the mark is not what the mark is in the scriptures. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be required of them. The Most High is going to require it of them when the time comes. If they do not repent, the Most High is going to require of them. So let's go to Jeremiah chapter 28 verse 8. All right, you Archians should know this. You Archians should know this. It's Jeremiah chapter 28 verse 8. It says, the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence. The prophet which prophesieth of peace, when the word of the prophet shall come to pass, then shall the prophet be known that Yahawah hath truly sent him. You see, you got your people like Big Judah, Big Levi, and all these other individuals in Israel who's talking about there ain't no Jacob's trouble. There ain't no Jacob's trouble. You know what I'm saying? When the prophecies come to pass, the ones that said that there will be no Jacob's trouble, and the ones that say that there will be Jacob's trouble, a time unlike any other, a time that's going to be of desolation, a time of famine, a time of pestilence, a time of death, a time of anguish, a time of abyss and oblivion, a time of all these things that's going to take place. You know what I'm saying? You got one prophet, you got one guy that's saying he's a prophet coming in the name, and then you got the other coming in saying that this is what it is. When it all comes to pass, you're going to know who is telling the truth. You're going to know who's telling the truth. You see what I'm saying? And it's those of us out here that's teaching what thus said Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi, man. This is Ezekiel chapter 33, verse 33, and it reads, and when this cometh to pass, lo, it will come, then shall they know that a prophet hath been among them, and the greatest I told you so in history is about to happen. Is about to happen. You see what I'm saying? All right, so let me get this article that I got real quick. All right. So this is an article from shtfplan.com, and it says the worst northwest heat wave in history is about to hit, and a plague of voracious grasshoppers has now begun. Right? And look at this, man. Look at the locusts. Look at the locusts. They back. They back. It says, I know that headline may seem a bit over the top, but these things really are happening. These things really are happening. We really are in the midst of a multi-year mega drought in the western half of the country. Meteorologists really are warning that we could see the worst heat wave that the Northwest has ever experienced next week. And what was today? Today is today's Friday. So yeah, we experienced it. We experienced that heat wave, man. And this is over in the east. This is in Pennsylvania, man. And we had a massive heat wave. You know what I'm saying? Over in the Midwest. Shit. Right? It says, and a plague of voracious grasshoppers has already started in some parts of the nation. As I keep warning my readers, we live at a time when our world seems to be going nuts. Just when it seems like things can't get any crazier, somehow they do. In this article, I am going to be focusing on weather conditions, but next week, I will almost certainly be writing about something else that has gone totally haywire. These are not normal times, and we need to stop treating them as such. Right? And right, these are not normal times. Let me get something real quick. Let me grab something real quick. Because these are not normal times. These are not normal times by any stretch of the imagination. See what I'm saying? Let's go to Ezekiel chapter 7. Ezekiel chapter 7, verse 5. Ezekiel 7 and 5, it says, Thus saith Yahawah Power, and evil, and only evil, behold, is come. An end is come. The end is come. It watcheth for thee. Behold, it is come. The morning is come unto thee, O thou that dwellest in the land. The time is come. The day of trouble is near. The day of trouble is near. And not the sounding again of the mountains. It's about to get busy out here, man. It's about to get busy out here. And these grasshoppers coming in swarms mean only one thing. It means only one thing. It's going to be famine out these parts. It's going to be famine and death. This is Ezekiel chapter 4, verse 17. It says, Moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, behold, I will break the staff of bread in Jerusalem, and they shall eat bread by weight and with care, and they shall drink water by measure and with astonishment. You're going to have rations out here. Ain't going to be the time of plenty. You know what I'm saying? Ain't going to be the time of plenty anymore, man. Right? No more time of plenty. Verse 17, it says that they may want bread and water, and be astonished one with another, and consume away for their iniquity, and consume away for their iniquity, and consume away for their iniquity. There's no other place, there's no other country on this planet that I know of that's so greedy, that's so gluttonous like America. There's no other nation on the planet that's more gluttonous than America, man. You know what I'm saying? This is the only place, and so hypocritical, by the way. You know what I'm saying? This is the only place where you're not allowed to actually feed homeless people. You see what I'm saying? This is the only place I know of. The home of the free, land of the free, home of the brave, right? This is the only place I know of where you're not allowed to feed homeless people. And yet at the same time, your president will get out there on national television and talk about love and care for your fellow neighbor. Hypocrites. You know what I'm saying? When you just using an example, Dunkin' Donuts. A great example of this is Dunkin' Donuts. After every day, these people throw away thousands of donuts. They throw them away. They don't give them to the less fortunate. They don't give them to the needy or anything like that who are starving out here. No. They throw them away. How do I know this? I have an uncle who has a friend who works at Dunkin' Donuts who would always give him a whole bag of donuts. Why? Because they were just throwing the donuts out every morning. Those donuts that didn't get sold, they would just be thrown out. You see what I'm saying? Just thrown out every single day. That's waste. That's gluttony. And that's hypocrisy. That's hypocrisy, man. And the Most High is about to visit this place. He's about to visit this place with famine. He's about to break their staff of bread. All right, let's go to 2 Ezra chapter 15. 2 Ezra chapter 15, verse 49. 2 Ezra 15 and 49, it says, I will send plagues upon thee, widowhood, poverty, famine, sword, and pestilence, to waste thy houses with destruction and death. And the glory of thy power shall be dried up as a flower, when the heat shall arise that is sent over thee, Slaki. You see what I'm saying? America's glory is dried up now. Like I did in my previous lesson, you know what I'm saying? Going into what Russia's doing, man. Basically giving them a slap in the face, and America is in such a weakened state. America and Britain, they're in such a weakened state they had to turn the other cheek and pretend like it never happened. You know what I'm saying? That's how bad it is. Verse 51. Verse 51, it says, Thou shalt be weakened as a poor woman with stripes, and as one chastised with wounds, so that the mighty and lovers shall not be able to receive thee. So that the mighty and lovers shall not be able to receive thee. What's that going into? You can read that in the book of Obadiah, the first chapter. Well, there's only one chapter. Obadiah chapter 1, verse 7, the 7th verse. As a matter of fact, let me grab that. Man, because America's image is going out, man. It's going down. So Obadiah chapter 1, verse 7, it says, All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him. You see what I'm saying? And all these other nations are looking at America like, who are you? Who are you? You're no longer the big bad dude no more on the block. You know what I'm saying? No longer somebody that's a beacon of hope anymore, you know? Because all of America's sins is being aired out right now. You know what I'm saying? Now you got this thing called critical race theory. Called critical race theory, man. And it ain't looking too good. It ain't looking too good, because all your sins of the past gotta come out to the light, man, as it is written in the scriptures. In the scriptures. This is scriptural, man. This is script. Let's go to Wisdom of Solomon. Go to Wisdom of Solomon, man. Chapter 3, verse 17, it says, For though they live long, yet shall they be nothing regarded, and their last age shall be without honor. Ain't no honor left in America, man, in their last age. No more honor is left here. Ain't no honor left here. All these other nations are looking at America as the hypocrites that they are. You see what I'm saying? As the hypocrites that they truly are, and they've always been. You see what I'm saying? This empire is through. This empire is finished. It's over. Now you got Russia slapping you in the face, and you're forced to do nothing because you know you can't win. America is going to lose horribly in this third world war. Now you got China waving their finger at America. And I'm gonna get into that. I'm gonna get into that real soon, man. Lord willing. Lord wills, you know what I'm saying? On this third attempt at this lesson. Right? But this thing is really happening, man. This thing is really happening. And it's about time, man. It's about time for this place to fall. Because it's only getting worse and worse and worse and worse. I don't understand how anybody could be trying to keep this place alive. Any Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Indians, I don't understand. I don't understand how any of you could be trying to keep this place afloat, man. right? The scriptures say, "He that helpeth and he that hopeth shall fall together." Man, it's gonna be devastation out here, dude. It's gonna be devastation out here. But the prophets have the sure word of prophecy. The prophets have the sure word of prophecy. We out here talking this talk of what's soon to come, man. You see, this truth isn't something that you can just go to a seminar, that you just go to a seminary, pay money, and all of a sudden now you know these scriptures. No, man, this is not a normal book. You can't just read this book like some novel from cover to cover. Nah, man, it's not how this works. It's not how this works. You know what I'm saying? But then when you hear the prophets out here talking the truth, then you going around with your scholarly degree talking about you're preaching hate. And I went to a seminar and it don't say that in the Bible. But then when we go to the scriptures, all of a sudden your jaw start dropping and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't know nothing. Because you know nothing. This is Ezekiel chapter 2, verse 9. It says, "And when I looked, behold, an hand was sent out unto me. And lo, a roll of a book was therein." Right? "And he spread it before me, and it was written within and without, from cover to cover. And it was written within and without, and there was written therein lamentations and mourning and woe." From cover to cover, it's nothing but lamentations and mourning and woe, and only hope and salvation that is promised to one group of people throughout all this lamentations and mourning and woe. You see? That's why these heathen can't pick up this book. These heathen can't pick up this book. You can't break down these scriptures. You can't break down the prophecies that's written therein. You can't do that because it was not written by your people. It was written by our people, so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Indians, and all the speckled bird out there, all the speckled Israelites who descend from these people through the lines of their father, through the lines of their forefathers. Y'all had to have descended from these so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Indians, man. You see what I'm saying? Only an Israelite can understand the prophecies in this book, and it has to come through the Spirit. It has to come through the Spirit that the Most High lays upon you. You see what I'm saying? This is second Ezra chapter 3, verse 36. It says, "Thou shalt find that Israel by name hath kept thy precepts, but not the heathen." But not the heathen. You see what I'm saying? But not the heathen. Precept upon precept, right? So let's go to Amos. Let's go to the book of Amos. You see, you got scholars that listen to the prophets. You got scholars. Why do you think they sent Vocab Malone to do the things that he's doing? Why do you think they sent him? Why do you think they sent him? Because they know that the prophets are on the scene again. This is Amos chapter 2, verse 11. It says, "And I raised up of your sons for prophets, and of your young men for Nazarites. Is it not even thus, O ye children of Israel, saith Yahawah?" Chapter 3, verse 7. Amos chapter 3, verse 7. It says, "Surely Yahawah power will do nothing, but he revealeth his secrets unto his servants, the prophets." And the prophets are only those that come out of the nation of Israel. The men that come out of the nation of Israel. Those are the prophets. Right? And we out here preaching. We out here teaching about what? Famine, pestilence, lamentations, mourning, and woe. War is on horizon. The true prophets are preaching these things. The true prophets. The true prophets are sending out the warning of what not to of what to avoid. The true prophets are out here teaching about what you need to avoid. You see what I'm saying? Revelations chapter 13 verse 16 is that one prophecy that you must not get wrong. You must not get that prophecy wrong, because if you mess that up, there's no going back. And we're supposed to give these warnings, man. We're supposed to give these warnings as it is written in Ezekiel chapter 3 verse 17. Right? We're supposed to give these warnings. Because just like Apostle Paul said, if I don't, you know what I'm saying? Woe be unto me. And we fear Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi. We fear Yahweh. We fear Yahweh. That's why we do this work. That's why we do this work. To hell to all those that don't want to hear it. To hell with them. All right. So let me end this off with a video from Full Spectrum Survivor. Let's get into that. And I'm going to end this off with a couple scriptures. Bear with me, Aki.
On top of yesterday's report from a translated Russian broadcast in which Vladimir Putin warned that America's reign, both militarily and financially, was coming to an end, now news is showing that China has taken a position change from one of defense to a more ready to offense, with news reports breaking today showing that the Chinese premier made the comments during a speech to mark China's ruling 100 years of the Communist Party, or CCP, where speaking to a crowd of over 70,000 Chinese men and women, they warned that the Western world, America in particular, and all of America's allies will face sharp and violent condemnation as they attempt to, quote, bully the country. Anyone, and I'm quoting here, anyone who dares to try to do that will have their heads bashed bloody against the Great Wall of Steel forged by over 1.4 billion Chinese people. As soon as China made the internal change to allow a breeding program, is what I'll call it, because if you think about people who have any sort of livestock, well, that's what a citizenship, that's what a group of citizens is to a government, especially a military. It is a group of livestock. And so when you need more, what do? You open a breeding program. And what did China just do? They opened a program to allow people to have more children. And as part of that breeding program, they are readying the country to lose those individuals in war. This came sharply around the same time that America started making changes to draft laws, started making changes that will eventually enable women to be drafted in the country. And there is a warning right now that there is a sharp decline in birth rates across America. When you put the two up against each other, America cannot stand to lose as many people, even with all of our allies, as China can.
All right. All right. And that's going to be disastrous, man. That's going to be disastrous. That's going to be disastrous. And this is one of the reasons why nobody fears America. This is one of the reasons, right? This is one of the reasons nobody fears America. Nobody fears America the way they used to. You know what I'm saying? You got these females in the military. You got these veterans and these military servicemen that don't even know what gender they want to be. I mean, no, who's going to be afraid of America? Who fears America? Nobody. Nobody. This is 2 Ezra chapter 15, verse 28. It says, "Behold, an horrible vision and an appearance thereof from the east, where the nations of the dragons of Arabia shall come out with many chariots and the multitude of them shall be carried as the wind upon earth, that all they which hear them may fear and tremble. May fear and tremble. Also the Carmanians, raging in wrath, shall go forth as the wild boars of the wood. And with great power shall they come, and join battle with them, and shall waste a portion of the land of the Assyrians. And then shall the dragons have the upper hand, remembering their nature, and if they shall turn themselves, conspiring together in great power to persecute them. All these other nations are going to conspire, are conspiring together already. And it's going to be a massive bloodshed in Babylon the Great, aka America, as it is written in the book of Isaiah chapter 13, verse 15 on down. You know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, let me grab that. Let's start at verse 14. Isaiah chapter 13, verse 14. And it shall be as the chased roe, and as a sheep that no man taketh up. They shall every man turn to his own people, and flee every one into his own land. Every one that is found shall be thrust through, and every one that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword. Their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes. Their houses shall be spoiled, and their wives ravished. Behold, I will stir up the maids against them, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it. When these troops come in into American territory, you best understand, man. Ain't nothing's going to dissuade them from their purpose. Verse 18, it says, their bows also shall dash the young men to pieces, and shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb. Their eyes shall not spare children. And Babylon the Great, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency, shall be as when the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. You see what I'm saying? When you saw that pyramid swarming with all them locusts, all them grasshoppers, you see what I'm saying? This is America. This is Babylon the Great. Spiritually, Sodom and Egypt. You read that in Revelation chapter 11, verse 8. You see what I'm saying? This is America. That's talking about America, spiritually known as Sodom and Egypt. In this place, the sodomy is overwhelming, man. The alphabet lifestyle is heavily pushed. You know what I'm saying? You don't believe me? Look at Lil Nas X. You know what I'm saying? And they always use the Israelites to do it. They always use the Israelites to do it. You see what I'm saying? Let's see. Right. All right, so I'm gonna end with that one. So let's go to 2nd Esdras again, chapter 15, and let's talk about Moab. Let's talk about Moab, because we don't really talk about the judgment for Moab too much, Salaki. We don't talk about the judgment for Moab too much, you know. So I'm gonna talk about the judgment of Moab real quick. Right? So 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 46, and it says, and thou, Asia, that art partaker of the hope of Babylon, and art the glory of her person, woe be unto thee, thou wretch, because thou hast made thyself like unto her, and hast decked thy daughters in whoredom, that they might please and glory in thy lovers, which have always desired to commit whoredom with thee. You see what I'm saying? Because these Chinese took on the ways of Esau, Edom. These so-called Chinese, you know what I'm saying? And it goes also in the Koreans. You see what I'm saying? In that whole region of Moab. Y'all are just like Edom. And y'all gonna be punished. Y'all are gonna be punished. Right? So let's end this off with Jeremiah chapter 48. Let's see, Jeremiah chapter 48, verse 14. It says, "How say ye, we are mighty and strong men for the war?" What did the man from Full Spectrum Survival just say? He said that they're trying to breed, more of their own for what? For war. For war. It says, "How say ye, we are mighty and strong men for the war? Moab is spoiled and gone up out of her cities, and his chosen young men," you see what I'm saying? Those that are bred for war, "and his chosen young men are gone down to the slaughter, saith the king, whose name is Yahawah of hosts." You see what I'm saying? You sending your sons out there to die, you know what I'm saying? But hey, it's all for a purpose. It's all for a purpose. Y'all got to destroy America. Come on and destroy this fucking place, man. Because I'm sick of this place. Sick of this place. You know what I'm saying? Come on and act up. Verse 16, it says, the calamity of Moab is near to come, and his affliction hasteneth fast. Because when y'all done doing what y'all doing, same as the Russians, when y'all done doing what y'all doing, then comes slavery, captivity. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So that's gonna be the end of it. All right. So I want to cut that there, man. I pray this was edifying. Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi for allowing me to finally get this lesson finished. And I want to say all praises, glory, and honor to Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi Bahashem Habakakadash. Shalom to the Akim out there that's pushing the truth, that's laboring in the word, and that's pushing the gospel of the great kingdom that's soon to come. And shalom to the Akwah that's listening in, that's remaining true to the faith and remaining faithful and submissive to their husbands and guiding their children. And shalom to the hopeful elect of the 12 tribes scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth. Peace and blessings to you all. Barak Atham. Shalom.